What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 116 of Special Conditions, the TCG podcast where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022, on an early morning. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ken Pescator. How are you doing this morning?
What's up, Adam? Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. A cloud just went in front of the sun, so it got really dark as I was saying that. So I was like, ooh, it's ominous.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot here in New Jersey, but other than that, it's been really nice. It's been good. Weather-wise.
Otherwise, on today's show, our card of the week this week is Mewtwo VSTAR from the Pokemon GO expansion. We're going to rip into some TCG boosters.
I've got a Pokemon GO pack.
Ooh, I think I've got Astral Radiance, so I'll be opening that one. Art of the week this week will feature Buzzwall, who was just released in Pokemon GO at Pokemon GO Fest Seattle, which we both were there and we both caught.
Yes.
An online TCG illustration exhibition is coming next week, and it will provide some insight behind some incredible works.
So I'm pretty psyched
very
on that.
excited about that. The partnership continues between Pokemon GO and the TCG with limited edition Pokestops. Limited edition. No, these were so cool. I am so happy because both places I visited had these. So very excited.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks cool.
And then TPCI released an Alternative Play Handbook, which opens the door to new ways to play with your shiny cardboard.
Yes.
All right, Ken, you excited?
I'm excited.
All right, let's talk about Mewtwo. Mewtwo VSTAR, 280 hit points. It's a psychic Pokemon. For one psychic, one colorless, it does Psy Purge, 90 damage times. So discard up to 3 psychic energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage for each energy you discarded in this way. That's not bad. That's 270.
Yeah.
That pretty much knocks out any other V-Star. And then if you have, something that damage modifier that gives it an extra 10, that'll one-shot a Mewtwo. Then it's got a V-Star power for the same energy requirements, Star Raid. This attack does 120 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon V. This damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance, and you can't use more than one V-Star power in a game. So 120 to each of your opponent's Pokemon V, that doesn't necessarily sound that great, but if you've got damage that you're spreading, this actually is a really good attack. So if your deck focuses on spread, and then this comes in late game and cleans up, I could see this being very useful.
Well, it could turn a match that might look like it has 4 or 5 turns still left in it and can end it, pretty quickly.
For sure. And there's 4 different Mewtwo V-Stars in the set. It does have a double weakness to darkness. It has a resistance from 30 to fighting, and it's got 2 energy requirements for retreating, which is not bad because you can just air balloon and get it out of there. But it's got the normal version, the gold version, the hyper rare version. Oh, and then we've got alternate art Mewtwo. V,
that's V. That's a regular
proper.
V.
Yeah, okay. So 3 different versions. And then the regular Mewtwo V has 4 different versions. So you've got the promo from the ETB. You've got another promo, which I don't know where it's from.
I think that's from one of the boxes. I think it's a box.
Okay, well I don't think we have that one yet. And then we've got the V from this set, and then we have the alternate art, which is in front of like Times Square in New York, which is gorgeous.
Yeah, super
That's
cool.
the one everybody wants.
That's the chase. That's the I remember when we were, prior to the set being released, this was listed at like $999 on TCG Player, like the pre-release price. I think it's $50. So, not terribly expensive, but still pretty pricey. I think it's the most expensive card in the set right now. And Adam, you called it from the beginning. You were like, these cards will be everywhere. I'm sure the singles market will be pretty easily obtainable. And you're totally right. The most expensive card in the entire set, $50.
Yeah, it's wild to see. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I knew from the beginning that we would have them everywhere. And I know I was just talking to one of the employees at GameStop, and they were like, yeah, we've got this Pokestop, but I've only got these Executor boxes. And it's like, yeah, but you sold everything else, right? Like, that's the whole point. And going on to the topic that we're going to talk about in a little while, those things happened way after the release of the TCG set.
Yeah, it would have been, the timing could have been aligned a little bit better, but, I've learned working with Niantic that, timelines with, not just within Niantic, but Niantic and other people like TPCI, it's super difficult to align anything. So I'm just happy it happened. And we'll talk about that soon.
Yes. But Mewtwo V, standard 220 hit points for colorless and a psychic. Super Psybolt for 50. Not impressed at all. For 3 energies, 2 psychics, and a colorless, Transfer Break does 160, and then move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. That is actually useful with something like the Lunatone deck, because they want to take 2 prize cards. They don't want to take 1 prize card, but also if they move the energy, you're just doing more damage with the Lunatone at the end of the day.
Now, do you think that Mewtwo VSTAR will have any relevance competitively, knowing that there are some Pokemon out there that are weak to Psychic? And how does this kind of interrupt like the V-Union Mewtwo? Because I did hear some people talking about bringing like V-Union Mewtwo to Worlds. So I don't know. Do you think this card is going to have any? I did hear that. There's an article about it.
I'm sure there's people going to do V-Union, but I mean, there's V-Union, there's V-Star. There's a lot of different plays you can make. And I mean, the cheapest route, like if you didn't have a lot of money and you were going to Worlds, you could play Mewtwo with Lunatone and probably do decent. I don't know if you can win with it, but if you hit the right matchups, you can totally win with it.
Wow. Look, so when I put together the show notes, which was yesterday, the alt art Mewtwo full art was $50, and today it's down to $47. So
yeah,
look,
I was just looking at that too. Like the Rainbow Rare is $45, the Gold is $38, the Dragonite V-Star Rainbow Rare is $31, and then the Radiant Charizard is $30.
Yeah. I did pull a Rainbow Dragonite.
That was epic. Now. That was so epic. Right,
it's such a good looking card. But I just figured we'd talk about this because this has been for a lot of the Pokemon Go players that have entered the TCG through this set. Outside of Charizard, Mewtwo is the chase, right? So
yep.
I figured, let's talk about Mewtwo, and if it has relevancy in competitive play, that's even better because then people can, not only chase the card to pull it for their collection, but actually get some use out of it. But I'm anxious to see if there's a Mewtwo in this pack I'm holding right now.
Oh my goodness. I'm also anxious to see if there's a Mewtwo.
All right, so I am going to rip into this Pokemon Go pack. This is courtesy of Coach Kev 413. Make sure you check him out on Twitch. Link will be in the description. But the code here is DCKVQTGMJRKWN. Good luck. Let us know if you get it. 4 to the back, and here we go. We've got Water Energy, a Chansey, Steelix, Xatu, Eevee, Pikachu, Squirtle, Wimpod, Larvitar. My reverse is an Onix, and my rare is a Melmetal VMAX.
Oh, that's sick.
Go.
Okay, all right,
yeah, buddy.
I heard the voice increase, so I was like, all right, come on, be Mewtwo.
Dude, I love opening packs and like you accidentally see like something shiny at the back. You're like, I got something. Just get that weird feeling.
All right. I've got a code card for my Astral Radiance pack. It is GHR42HZNQKQ7C. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got a Water Energy, Magneton, Spicy Season Curry, Hisuian Electrode, Ponyta, Chatot, Bronzor, Rowlet, Oshawott. My reverse holo is a Wishcash, and my rare is a Ursua Luna. Ursua Luna. I've never seen that card. That's so strange. I know that it's the Hisuian version of, or the evolution of Ursaring, but like, whoa.
It's a cool looking Pokemon too.
All right, I'm not mad. I don't have that, so that's cool.
Now I got to look up a picture. Hisuian Ursaring.
Or well, it's Ursulana. It's an evolution.
Ursaluna. Yeah, this was in Arceus, in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Ursaluna. That's all. All right, Adam. Let's talk about some art. I figure we talk about Buzzwall because Buzzwall has been in the topic and the zeitgeist currently because it was just released in Pokemon Go. And
does that mean next week we get to talk about Xerxistry?
We could.
I'd say we just do it.
Okay, deal. We'll definitely do that. But we have 4 examples here that we're going to be talking about. Make sure you check out our blog over at PokemonProfessor.com so you can take a look at these cards and pick which one you like the best. But the first one we're going to be talking about here is Buzzwall from Cosmic Eclipse. And it was funny that this card was featured for here first because I saw a post from Shadow Prime from the Roundtable Chat Top podcast. You had given him a Special Conditions booster pack in Seattle. He opened it and pulled this Buzzwall card. So he had this Buzzwall and put it up on Twitter. And I go, hey, we're going to be talking about that card on this week's Art of the Week. But the illustrator is Anasaki Dynamic. And there's super limited information available on this illustrator. They've designed 90 cards for the TCG. And the coolest part, my opinion, of all these designs, I don't have any back history on the artists themselves, but the cards themselves, all of the backgrounds of these cards are absolutely over the top. Explosions, crazy waterscapes, landscapes, like the backgrounds here are all absolutely out of control. And in this card, you see Buzzwall kind of like flying through the air, almost like in a Superman fly pose.
It looks like he punched like an through like a volcano wall. Like
yes,
just like came crashing through, and all the lava
so very cool.
It.
Yep, very very cool looking card. Definitely dig it, and shout to Shadow Prime for snagging it in one of our Special Conditions booster packs. So I definitely like this design. I just think Buzzwall exudes like strength, and you could tell how beefy the chest and the pectorals of Buzzwall are in this card because it's just like flying towards you, busting through like a volcano or something. All right, next up we have Buzzwall from Hidden Fates, the Shiny Vault. And the illustrator of this card is Shin Nagasawa. And Nagasawa is a freelance illustrator and has worked in graphic design for Square, video game developer Square, where he was credited as a monster creator concept artist. And I think this is really cool because you got to think about if someone is a designer and they're not just drawing a monster that's already existing, right? But they have experience in actually creating the monsters themselves. That can really give them kind of the creative liberty to really make the illustration, their own because they have that experience with designing it. So what I like about this shiny Buzzwall is you have all these cool textures and colors that come through in this card that you don't typically see.
It looks like it's got a shiny exoskeleton.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. And, Adam, I know you weren't too much a fan of these shiny vault backgrounds because they kind of just like that white background with the stars.
Couple stars, yeah.
Couple stars. But this one, because the colors of the shiny and like the shading is so incredibly detailed, I just love this card. So that's why I picked it. I just thought it was a really, really cool look. And it was pretty cool learning about the artist, knowing that the artist has a backstory and a back history of actually creating monsters for Square. And if you play any of the Final Fantasy games or Square games, you know that some of the creatures in those games are absolutely bizarre and crazy. So really cool to see him come over and work on the TCG. Next up, we have Buzzwall GX Full Art from Crimson Invasion. And now I am a very big fan of this like line of full arts where you have a the Pokemon itself, and you have like a solid color background, so the Pokemon, it looks like it's being framed, like it's just framed out perfectly in the card. And I don't know, is he like in a flex position here?
He is definitely in a flex. Like,
he's like,
which way to the beach?
Yeah, exactly, like a muscle man on stage.
Which way back to the wormhole?
Oh, nice. But this illustrator is the 5Bond Graphics Group, which, I think that we've talked about, on the past like 5 or 6 episodes. So the streak of 5Bond Graphics being featured in this segment continues. And they've done over 900 cards. And there's actually multiple variations of this Buzzwall GX, and 5Bond did all of them. So it's kind of cool that not only did they create this card, but they've also created all the different versions of the Buzzwall that was in this line. But yeah, it's like this, I don't even know what that color is, like a burnt sienna if you're a Bob Ross fan, like a brownish burnt sienna color in the background. And then, yeah, which way to the beach, I think, is probably the best way
to describe it. Yeah.
to describe it. But it's cool because there's like the points of the antenna and like a toe and the spike off its elbow just peek out past the framing of the card. So it gives it this like pop out feel. And it's just the perfect amount of touch to make this card feel alive. So very, very cool design. And yeah, follow that Buzzwall to the beach for sure. And then our final example here is a tag team card of Pheromosa and Buzzwall. And this is actually the GX full art version, which is really cool. And again, you see the strength of Buzzwall because you have like all these like protruding muscles, and you see like huge pecs and huge abs and huge biceps and triceps and forearms. You just see how beefy Buzzwall is. It's really cool. And the illustrator of this one is Chris Aki, and this is an artist we haven't featured before, and another illustrator that has very limited info online. I couldn't really find much, but they've created 145 cards. And you would think that with 145 cards created, there would be some info online, but there was really nothing. And some of the cards, the only thing I had to really go off of was the portfolio, because Cerebi and Bulbapedia does a great job of listing all the cards that the artists have created. So looking through the portfolio, some of the most like recent iconic full art trainers like Marnie, Avery, Rosa, the Misty's Favor card, like these really cool full art trainers, this artist has done. So taking that kind of like full body vibe that you see in a lot of those trainers, and you see like Buzzwall, almost the entire Buzzwall taking up the whole card, and Pheromosa in front. And the cool part about Pheromosa is Pheromosa's veil is like opaque. So you have this
very
like
see-through.
Yeah, you have this like sheen of Pheromosa's veil, and you see Buzzwall through it, which is really, really cool. And I think the attack on this card is really fitting, and it's called Elegant Soul. So that kind of like fits like the elegance of Pheromosa.
But its soul isn't like shoe. And like, look at the feet. They look like high heels.
So awesome. So cool. So absolutely cool. And I just love this design. And in the background, you have just like this nice clouds, like blue sky with clouds and some sparkles in the sky and everything. So very, very cool. So we have a bunch of different looks here. Adam, which is your favorite of the four that I picked here?
Before I say that, I would like to interject and say that until Pokemon Go Fest, until I saw Buzzwall in Pokemon Go, I did not know that it had 4 legs.
Really?
Really? Because I mean, look at the cards. The first one, you don't see the legs. You don't see its legs. And me being a TCG person, that's pretty much the only art and stuff that I see of these Pokemon. And then the next one, it just looks like it has its legs like bent.
You can't tell. You can't tell.
And then the next one, he's got his two legs that he's just like muscling. Like, where's the other two? Like, I don't know if those are like if that's his tail or something. And then you go to this one, and it's like, yeah, it looks like there's a third leg, but that could also be his tail. I don't know. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm looking
Pokemon
at
Go,
all of them.
He has 4. Yeah.
So I'm looking at, so the link in the description will take you to the TCG Player landing page for Buzzwall that has like the whole spread. And I'm looking at all the cards. Like, we only picked 4 for the segment. But looking at all the cards, none of them really feature the fact that it has multiple legs.
Yeah, the original tag team art of Pheromosa and Buzzwole shows you could see that there's a third one, but I don't necessarily see right off the bat a fourth one.
Wow. Even like the Cosmic Eclipse promo just looks humanoid, looks like 2 legs. Wow. That's an interesting take. Wow. So let us know. Did you know that Buzzwole had more than 2 legs? And the other thing that's really cool is when you put Buzzwole in augmented reality in AR mode in Pokemon Go, they become scale. So when you're standing next to Buzzwole, like, I don't know, does it show the height on the card? The thing is huge. My eyes are zoom into it. My eyes are so terrible I can't see. But Buzzwole, let me just Google this real quick, because I was surprised as to how big Buzzwole was when I saw it in AR. 7 foot 10 inches. That's a big bug. That's a big bug. 7 foot 10
wait a minute.
Wing.
We're having a bug out event. Why can't these guys be in the raids?
Well, it's because it's a special Ultra Beast. Ultra Beast for...
Yeah, but Pokemon Go already happened. Or the Go Fest already happened.
Well, I get it. But yeah, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I'll definitely be taking some AR shots. But yeah, it's a big Pokemon. Big, massive, beefy Pokemon. 735 pounds. Wow. That's insane.
That's a big boy.
It is. I mean, it's no Guzzlord. Guzzlord is like 18 feet tall. So that's some of these Ultra Beasts, they're from another world, man. They're huge. They're just absolutely
speaking from another world, we're going to have to take a break.
Okay.
All right. So we'll be right back right after these sweet, sweet sounds. And we are back. Thank you so much for that break. Just a little housekeeping before we proceed. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord, and we hope to see you there. Huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Grant, Jamal, Magikarp Diem, Sue, The Cole, Tish, TN Comics Wiz, Turtle Power, and Big Zal Minus. Huge thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith. Make sure you check out... Yeah, I know, right? Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us reviews. Because reviews help us get seen in the grand scheme of things. When people search for Pokemon TCG podcasts, we would greatly appreciate it.
All right, so there's a blog up on Pokemon.com that states, experience the Pokemon trading card game online illustration exhibition. And it says there's many ways to engage with the Pokemon trading card game, including appreciating the distinctive artwork on each card. From August 10th, 2022 to October 22nd, so you'll have August, September, and October to take advantage of this. Pokemon fans can enjoy the magnificent and diverse imagery of the Pokemon trading card game online illustration exhibition. And now this is the cool part. It says you can explore the life history and artist of each card. But the cool part is that they're actually going to have notes from the artists, so you can learn what they were thinking when they created the card. You learn who designed it. Like, they're actually going to have backstory from the artist. So picture our Art of the Week segment where I'm just like Googling and finding little bits of information about the artist and sharing them. We'll actually be able to hear directly from the artist on specific works that they've done.
I'll tell you what, we need to live stream and do a Twitch stream of
going through the cards. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would definitely be cool. And it says they're going to be featuring 50 artists. So 50 artists, each commenting on one of their illustrations. It's a rare and exciting opportunity to learn about the talented minds behind the art. The exhibition includes pieces from artists including Megumi Mitsuni, Akira Igawa, and many more. So very excited. And actually, it would be cool if they show like photos of the artists so we could actually see what they look like. But I think this is really cool. As more and more people get into the TCG, Pokemon is really doing a good job of promoting the multiple ways to enjoy the cards outside of competitive play, right? Because
right
out of the gate, the amount of trainers that are actually competing with these cards is probably low. I would say, I don't know, 10% of card collectors actually play the game. What do you think? I'm thinking like 10%.
It's a pretty big divide, because there's a lot of people that have the cards, they don't know how to play with them, and like I was talking to the Discover Lab while we were at Pokemon Go Fest, and they were just like, yeah, we do a format where, you know, it's called Pokemon Catch, and I was like, I don't understand what that is, which we'll go over in a little bit.
Yep.
But I was like, okay, that's weird. And then they're like, yeah, and then from there you learn a different mode and like how to play, and then you basically gear up from a 30 card deck to a 60 card deck, and then you learn how to actually play the game. And I was like, what? I was so confused but they were getting people that were only playing like Pokemon Go and into the TCG through these like smaller, more easily understood games to get them familiarized with the cards themselves.
Well, I think that's a good segue into, we could skip what I had next on the sheet, and we could jump right over to this Alternative Play Handbook. And this is something I did not know existed, and it's also something I didn't even know TPC would like be behind, which is really, really neat. And what they did was they put together this. Did you get a chance to like look through this?
Not 100%, but I did see things that I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, it's a 32-page PDF that describes all different ways to play with your TCG cards outside of the regular competitive standard formats. And I'll just read this from the top of the handbook, and then Adam, you could dig into what we have in it. It says, inside, you'll find lots of ways to have fun with your Pokemon TCG cards, no matter your skill level or understanding of the usual rules of the game. Detailed descriptions guide you through new ways to play, from pack battles and memory games all the way up to competitive formats and full version of the Pokemon TCG. The play formats in this handbook are organized in 3 stages: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and the specific skills needed to play each game are listed too. Be sure to check out each format's difficulty level before you start playing. Good luck and have fun, trainer. So right out of the gate, they're saying you could be you could buy your first pack of cards, and they're giving you ways outside of just looking at the cards. They're giving you ways to enjoy and engage with them in it's a perfect way, alternative ways to play with them. So Adam, what kind of caught your eye when you're looking through this?
So the raid format, that's something that like, maybe not raid format. Maybe it was the Dynamax, when you had like this giant Pokemon and you had multiple, and you just picked your Pokemon and like that's how you fought with it. That was really cool. I know that they had highlighted Gym Leader Challenge, which I know Andrew Mahone has been going hard on that for the longest time. So shout out to Andrew Mahone. Like to be finally recognized in this, that like he's just been doing so much work with it. And I mean, obviously others as well, but just to be able to see it and highlighted was really cool.
So one of the things I really liked about this, and I kind of had a taste of something similar this past week, was I was hanging out with Coach Kev, and we met up with a group of friends and had a board game night. And we played games that I had never played before. And even the people that were hosting the event had very, very limited experience playing. So as we were playing, we were reading through the rules and learning as we go, right? So as I'm looking through this Alternative Play Handbook, I'm reading through the rules and I'm like, this reminds me directly of a board games rule book that you can literally just see what's required to play, pull this book up, and figure it out on the fly. And it felt like a board game. So if people are into board games, or you do a board game night, I think that you'd easily be able to bring a bunch of Pokemon cards there and insert this into the board game rotation, just as if it was a board game, even if the people that you're playing with have no affinity to Pokemon. because all you're doing at that point is following rules. They don't have to care about the Pokemon. They don't have to care about, the competitive meta or building strategy. It's just play with what's in front of you and make the most of it. And it really felt like a board game experience when I was reading through this. So I'm really, really psyched for this. And I think especially for kids, this will be a much easier way to get them to care for their cards and realize that there's more to them than just the collecting element, that will give them an extra reason to engage, an extra reason to be cooperative and competitive, and increase that social play where it's just like, oh, I got this card, let's trade. Typically, trading is the only social thing besides showing off, right? It's like you can show off to your friends, or you could trade with your friends. Now you have all these different ways of what you could do, and you don't need a lot of cards or fancy cards or high performance or high value cards to do so. You just need a bunch of cards, and each of these actually tell you what you need to get started, how many players, how long it's going to take you to play, and again, that casual, intermediate, or advanced level. And I thought these were all really, really cool, and I didn't know, outside of the gym leader stuff and the raid stuff, I didn't know any of this stuff was a thing. So I'm actually pretty excited for this, and I think it'll be a cool way to get new people into laying the cards out in front of them, which ultimately my goal with all of this would be to graduate them into full format competitive TCG, right? So this is a nice stepping stone. And even if you don't ever want to play the actual straight up competitive format, you could still have all the fun in the world with just this stuff. So very, very, very cool stuff here. I love it all.
Well, what's cool is I've also played some games where they're just like, it's, I don't know what you would call it, but it was more like a cube. And it was just kind of like each Pokemon could be used. Like it was just Pokemon and supporters and stuff like that. And if you drew, if you had a Vileplume, you'd still have to evolve from a Bulbasaur and then evolve it into a Grovyle in order to get to the Vileplume, because it's all in the same color. But you could also use and you could also use a grass Pokemon as a grass energy to attach. And if you don't have that correct energy, you'd flip it over and it becomes a rainbow energy of any type, but you can't be used that turn.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Again, I didn't know this was a thing. I mean, there's even one little mode of play here, a little nugget that's just called under the booster fun category, called Who's That Pokemon? And I never even thought to do this. This was a fun little party game. Just reading the flavor text of the card and people trying to guess what Pokemon you're talking about. Something as simple as that. It's just another way to engage
cool.
the cards.
That's cool. That's something that we should do on Twitch. That's so cool.
Here, I'll give you the example. I'll give you this one. It has special pads on the back of its feet and one on its nose. Once it's raring to fight, these pads radiate tremendous heat.
Is this Como Ojo or whatever, the big dragon thing?
No, it's Score Bunny, but you get the point. You see what I'm saying? This is cool. It's just a fun, cute way. And if you have kids, I think this could be a really cool way to secretly indoctrinate them into the lore of Pokemon by
find the darkest ones and then show it to them.
Twisted Gengar story or something like that. All right, you this eat your soul.
Like this one, if I can read it real quick. Give me a second here. Oh my god, that is just too much. I'm not reading that one. Night after night, they sneak into people's homes seeking food. A massive outbreak of them has become an issue of public concern.
That's so creepy.
What is that one?
I don't know.
It's Rattata from Pokemon Go set. Or the Alolan Rattata, sorry.
You see, that's so cool. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. I think this would be fun to have a community trivia night or something like that. You could even set up some online forums and have a multiple choice or I don't know. I just think this is a really cool, fun way you don't need anything. If you have cards, you could do it. That's, it's just, just jump right into it. So
it makes
totally
use of all your commons and uncommons.
But plus you're learning about the Pokemon, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I just think that's really, really fun. Really, really cool. Looking ahead here, basic battle, pack battle, and battle is not in the sense that we know pack battle.
No, I know. I was so upset when I read it. I was like, what?
I was like, this isn't a pack battle.
Yeah, you open up the pack, and then you take 10 energies, and you add it to the pack, and you battle. And
that's
you put
a small deck.
And you put out 2 prize cards. Like, what? Whoever pulls a GX or a V, like they win.
Yeah, you'll never have enough damage. Yeah, it's like your Alolan Rattata is not going to be taking out Buzzwall. I do 10 damage. Exactly. Another 10 damage,
and I do 100. You're done.
Yeah, but it's cool because some of these are as quick as 15 minutes. Some of the formats in advanced can go like up to 90 minutes. So there's a lot here that you could really dig into, and then it does talk about the raids, and I think the raids is something I want to try because I don't know, I think cooperative play is a really cool area to explore when it comes to multiplayer in the TCG.
I think next Safari Zone or Go Fest or whatever live event we go to, we have time to like sit down and actually like hang out, I think we should try the raid format.
Yeah. And I mean, I also love that I'm looking here in the Gym Leader Challenge. They do even shout out Andrew Mahone in the handbook.
Yes, they do. That's
so
that's
cool.
what I was noticing.
Yeah, so shout to Tricky Jim for sure. But yeah, I'll put a link in the description. It's a PDF that you could download. I'll also link it in our blog on PokemonProfessor.com. So make sure you check that out, download it, send it to your phone. Just keep it on your phone. That way, anytime you're around people that have cards and you want something to do, you could just pull it up and, make something out of nothing. Very, very cool stuff. Shouts to Pokemon for thinking of this and actually promoting these alternate ways to play. I definitely liked it. But Adam, we can backtrack here and talk about these Pokestops. So you experienced these?
Yes. So I went to the mall where I used to work / kind of still am there every once in a while. And there was a Pokestop, and like it was so funny because I was telling my coworkers, I was like, this just shows that I clearly wasn't playing the game for most of my shift, because it wasn't until I went on break where I saw the Pokestop. I was like, look, it's got a circle, so when you spin it, that means like that's new to me. And so I spun it. It's got a nice art of the Pokemon Go packs, and it just says, hey, there's a retailer that sells it. And so it was so cool. Neat. And then I went to a Walmart by my other work, and they had the stop there basically in the toy section of the Walmart. And I was like, that's so cool.
So you're seeing actual new stops pop up.
Yes.
Like new haloed stops in Pokemon Go.
Yep.
That's really cool. That's really cool because in the release it says trainers in the U.S. can find Pokestops at select GameStop and Best Buy stores. You're saying you saw one at a Walmart?
Yep.
Very cool. Trainers in Canada can stop by GameStop, Toys R Us, London Drugs, Mastermind Toys, Indigo Books. So they're only going to be available to August 14th, so it's pretty funny to think of these as a limited edition Pokestop. But if you have a TCG fan on your Pokemon Go friends list, this would make a great gift to send them, so that way they could pin the postcard and have that cool artwork of the TCG pack saved in their Pokemon Go game. I know a lot of people are really excited about this, and they're like, whoa, what is this? This is so cool. Like, just seeing that further crossover. Yeah, I do think you did hit the nail on the head, though. Like, why didn't this come out? Was it July 1st?
Yeah, July 1st is the release date.
It's a month late. It's a month late.
Here we are, August 1st, and I'm seeing these. Like, come on.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Someone dropped the ball somewhere.
Yeah, but very,
they were
very
like,
cool.
That's a great idea. Let me forget to put that in the game.
27 levels of red tape through TPCI later. It gets approved in August. But no, so we have 2 weeks to get these gifts. Make sure you bookmark them. Add them to your postcard book in Pokemon Go. And like I said, just it's a cool little hint of the TCG within Pokemon Go. I totally dig it. I think that was really, really cool. Definitely.
Yeah, I have so many of them right now in my inventory. of gifts to give out in Pokemon
send
Go.
me one so I could save a New Hampshire one, because I like, even if I get Pokemon Go gifts from that have the same art, if they're from different geotags, I'll definitely save it. Like when we go to these Pokemon Go events, I'll get like a Niantic postcard or a Pokemon Go Fest gift card, a postcard. But if the geotag is different, I'll still save it. So
Meanwhile, Ken doesn't open my gifts, so I can't send him one.
we're already best friends, but I'll make an exception here. But Adam, that's pretty much all I had in the news, and we're only about 40 minutes in. So talk to me about what's next for you competitively. Like, have you now that GoFest is done and the travel for the summer is kind of completed, are you going to be returning to local league play? And if so, what decks are you going to run?
At the moment, plans are kind of iffy because league play for my local card shop is Thursday night at like 5, and they go till 8. And now I technically have Monday and Tuesdays off, so I don't necessarily have the chance to play at the moment, which stinks. And then I'm working every weekend because it is the summertime. So at the moment, I can't do anything besides play online.
Are there no stores within driving distance that host events Mondays and Tuesdays?
Not that I have on radar.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, and like with that being said, I have Ashton in daycare right now because it's the summertime. So it's like, even if there was, it would have to be something from like 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m. so I could get back and get him for when daycare ends. So it's just a weird situation. Once the summer hours go down and we go back to the way things were at my job, it'll be like I'll get out around like 6:15. But even then, like I'll get back to town around 7:15. So I might be able to sneak in and get a game in at local league, but that's about it. I won't be able to join them for any of their tournaments or anything unless I know in advance that they have tournaments on like a Saturday or something and I'm able to join. That's the only way. Right now, I've been playing around with the Lunatone deck because it's just ridiculous. Because you just have Soul Rock to absorb the energies to Lunatone, and then Lunatone attacks for 3 energies. It does 120 damage for 3 psychics. I just don't have extra Mewtwo's to play, so I've got to open some packs on PTCGO and see if I can get them.
So we talked last episode about TCG Live, right? And I forget who posted it online, but the majority of stuff I saw of TCG Live online, like when Rosemary Kelly would feature it in the videos, or even like Azul would be playing, it was the desktop client that I would see.
Yeah.
Someone posted the mobile client for the first time. I actually saw what it looked like on a phone. And while the benched cards were still like that funky, weird, compressed version of the card where you don't see the full artwork, you don't see the full text, it didn't look bad. It looked better than I thought. However, it was very, very busy. There was a lot going on the screen. So it just kills me that this isn't being released on the Switch. Like, think if this was released on the Switch and you could play widescreen, non-vertical format, like if you were playing on a desktop client. It burns me. And I just don't know. I don't know what the entire fate of this is going to be. Like, I wish they would say something. Like,
yeah. If you see something, say something.
Like, what the heck, man? Like, give us some info. I don't even know. Like, if I just do a Google for TCG Live, like, I don't even know when the last time this thing was updated, but it still just says available soon in the App Store and Google Play as well as Windows and Mac. Like, like, can we get an update, brother? Like, give us something. Like, there's just no updates whatsoever. It's just not right. It stinks because, especially with the wave of Pokemon Go and all these new trainers coming into the TCG, this really would have been, should have been, could have been the moment to capitalize on mobile gamers, because the Pokemon Go players are glued to their phone and have their phone 24/7. If they had a companion, if they had the ability to play TCG Live on the same device that they're already holding because they're playing Pokemon Go, man, that would have just been absolutely awesome. And
and just think of like how much screen time Pokemon would just take up, because people would be switching from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Live to Pokemon Go to Pokemon Live, or at least somebody like me.
Exactly.
It would actually cut into my Pokemon Go time, to be honest.
I'm looking at for sure. And I'm looking at like Bulbapedia. They don't have anything here that talks about dates or anything. Man, it's like, missed opportunities. I mean, I guess this thing just has to be so completely broken that, but this is also the scenario where, like, when a console game is rushed out, right? And it comes out and it flops because it's broken and it stinks. And you say like, oh, why didn't they just keep it in development? It's like, all right, well, I did want to play it now, but I don't want to play it at all now because it's crap.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I mean, I'm still playing TCGO.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so many people have like gone back to, or not gone back, but have that previously had said like, oh, TCGO is so antiquated. It's so old. It needs an update. This is terrible. And now you're like, actually, it's pretty good. It's fine. This is fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
But I don't know. No update on that, unfortunately. But Adam, I'd love to see you get back into competitive play. Maybe we should try to host a sizable online tournament. Get a couple different TCG communities together to come together to play against each other. That might be fun. Do something on TCGO. That
would be really cool.
Cool beans.
Shout out to Pokedad Rick. We'll be trying to communicate with him and get his community. That's good.
Yeah. They have a solid competitive community over there. Also the shout to Limitless. They're always just really in touch with the TCG at the ground level. So, maybe we can connect with someone from that crew, and they could help us connect with other online communities around the world, really, that would be interested in playing some TCGO. But Adam, I think that's it.
I think that's it. It was a shorter show, but we got one out. That's the important part. We came, we saw, we conquered. No, but now that we have this like fun format, I think like Twitch streaming something like that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Yep. More stuff to do.
And I don't have any like thing like fancy that I have to do. I just talk about the card.
Exactly.
All right, Ken, you got anything else?
I do not. I think that's a wrap, B.
All right, trainers. Remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.
Did you want to do any of the plugs?
Yes, I did. Is it Special Conditions TCG at PokemonProfessor.com?
Just Special Conditions at Pokemon Professor.
Okay. All right, trainers, email us Special Conditions at PokemonProfessor.com. You can leave us a voicemail, text us, send us a picture, 732-835-8639. And Ken, is that all we got?
That's it.
All right. Remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.